This video was recorded live before a canned studio audience. It's Friday Night Movie Reviews, and here they are, Chris and Keith.
Hi, welcome. It's Friday Night Movie Reviews. Thank you for joining us tonight. We went and saw a movie over the weekend. We're going to review that movie for you right now. So strap in and let's launch it off. This movie is
Super Mario Brothers Galaxy,
awesome. Yes, Super Mario Brothers Galaxy.
aka Super Mario Brothers Part 2.
Yes.
This is the sequel to the original
To
film.
the first one. Now, if you are a Super Mario fan, then if you've been a fan of the video games, not a lot in the movie is going to come as a big surprise. But we are going to give you a basic premise of the movie, and then we're going to give you our thoughts on what we thought about the movie. All right. So the basic premise of the movie is this: you have Bowser, who has been captured from the first movie. He's in prison, and Bowser Jr.
Yep, one of his 8 children, yeah.
Comes and wants to rescue his dad and ends up doing so, and they have captured Rosalina. And if you're a fan of the video game, then you know who Rosalina is. If you're not a fan of the video game, we're not going to spoil it for you. You're going to find out in the movie. So they kidnap Rosalina, and they're going to use her for a specific thing in the movie. We're not going to spoil that either, but they're going to use her for something specific. And Super Mario, Luigi, and not spoiling this because you probably know if you saw the first one, Yoshi.
Yep, he was at the end credit scene of the original film, so we finally get to see that egg crack open, and here comes Yoshi.
Yep, they go to rescue Rosalina. All right, now, this movie is a rated, what was it rated, G or PG?
Probably PG.
Probably PG. It had no cussing in it.
Yep.
No cuss words in it. It was a family movie. It was a kid movie. Of course, it's animated, and it's Super Mario. It's Nintendo. They're not going to make anything, like that's adult oriented. So you don't have anything to fear about taking your kids to see it. You don't have anything to fear about taking your family to see this, because it is a very family oriented movie. Now, let's get into this part. Was this movie trash, or was it worth your cash? I may have said it backwards. Was it worth your cash, or was it trash? So let's answer that question. What were your feelings about this movie?
I liked it. It's a popcorn movie, so don't expect Shakespeare by any means. A lot of people are upset about it being, well, what about Super Mario World? What about Super Mario 2 and 3? They kind of skipped those and went right to Galaxy. And then they short-sightedly, Mario Galaxy is one of the few in the entry that actually has a real storyline, and they didn't use it. So going into this, if you've played Super Mario Galaxy, this is not the plot of that game. So I will preface that. So it does get a point knocked off of my total score because of that, and the fact that they ignored 2, 3, and Super Mario World 2 through 4. They ignored those games, even though there are nuggets of those games in this one. They kind of hodgepodged them together into this movie.
Right. There's a lot of Easter eggs in it.
It just like the first one, it does have a lot of nostalgia bait, but you're talking about they've only ever made 2 movies.
Right.
So that's 40 years of Nintendo that they have to cram now, and there's so much more nostalgia, so they're kind of getting it out of their system. So by the time they make the 3rd or even the 4th one, they're going to run out of nostalgia bait, and we'll finally just get a pure story without it and all that kind of stuff. But as a Nintendo fanboy myself, I enjoy it. I try to catch all the little Easter eggs, and there was a ton in this one.
Right.
And there's a ton of surprises that I don't want to spoil. I will say this: there is a mid-credit scene and one at the very end, so please stay to the end of the credits. There is a scene. I always like to make sure I include that in the review. As for the plot itself, very simple. Rescue the princess.
Right.
Just like the games.
Just like the video games.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. Did it have a Bowser moment like when he's playing the piano? No.
No.
That's what made the first one so meme worthy and special.
Right.
So you didn't get as much of the Jack Black magic. They kind of held off on that a little bit. Bowser Jr. wasn't as strong as his father's character. Was there a lot of laughable moments? Absolutely, I enjoyed it. You know what Jack Black does still bring to the table was enjoyable. I really liked that Luigi kind of stood with his brother in this one. He wasn't captured for the whole movie or anything like that, and he actually got to go toe to toe. So that was nice. Yoshi's my boy. He got a lot of screen time. I love the kind of jealousy that Toad has in the film. You'll enjoy that. I don't want to, go too much more into that other than that. But that was enjoyable. That was a nice running gag through the whole movie. There's a new character from another Nintendo franchise that was spoiled in some of the trailers and stuff, but I won't spoil it here. That's a huge part of the plot.
Right.
You'll enjoy that. And I wouldn't be surprised if this character gets its own spin-off movie. But yeah, enjoyable. I think you should take your kids to see it. It's a good family popcorn flick. If you've got the time and the cash, definitely see it. Keith, what did you think about it?
I liked the movie simply because it is Nintendo, simply because it is a video game, from a video game a series that I have played in the past. I do think that it did drag in a few places. I think there were maybe a couple of scenes that they could have edited out. It wouldn't have taken anything from the movie. It really didn't add a whole lot to it. And if they were gone, you'd never really even notice. But overall, it was a good movie. My son enjoyed it. My wife fell asleep during it because she's not much of a Super Mario fan, video game fan anyway. But yeah, it was good. It was enjoyable. If you're a fan of the video games, you will see some things in it that really bring back some nostalgic moments, and that's what it's all about anyway. But yes, it is a good family movie. It is a good popcorn movie, as Chris said. I enjoyed it myself, but not like a super kind of thing. It will be in my collection simply because I have the first one, but it's not anything that I would write home to mom about.
Yeah, it suffers from sequelitis where,
Right.
the original movie is always going to be better.
Exactly.
And that's definitely the circumstance here.
Exactly.
Not to take away from this film. It was still enjoyable, but yeah, I still like the first one better.
Yeah. So if you were to give this movie a rating, how many sodas would you give it?
I already docked it a point, so it can't get a 10 from me. I don't want to give it a 9 because, like you said, it could have been cut and pasted a little area. They do rely a little too heavily on nostalgia bait. So I'm going to give this one probably I'm going to give this one a range this time. I'm going to give it between a 7.5 and an 8.
Okay. I would give this one a strong 7. 7 buckets of popcorn. For a lot of the reasons that he named and some of them that I named as well, but it was it's a good, don't get me wrong, it's a good solid movie, and it's definitely one that you want to take your kids to. I would take the kids to the theater to see it because we want Hollywood to know these are the kinds of movies that we want to spend money on.
Yep.
There were no agendas in it. There was nothing to remind you of anything going on in the world. So it was a good break from the world if you want a break from that. And I think we all do need one of those right about now.
Oh, absolutely.
So go to see it, and because it'll really tip you off in the right direction for an enjoyment and pleasure. That's our cue to go.
Yep. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave us a comment. What did you think of this movie? Also, if you want us to review the live-action Super Mario Brothers movie, let us know because he don't want to do it. But if enough of you comment, we will do it, as a promise for this channel. Also, remember to hit that bell notification for when our next video drops so you don't miss a single one of our reviews. And as always, thank you for watching.
As we used to say back in the 80s, gag me with a spoon. I do not want to review that movie, but if you fans want it, then I guess I'll stomach myself through it and we'll do it. Listen, get your family together, get your friends together. You guys go to the theater and see this one because it's really, really a good, solid movie. And when you do and you sit down and you're watching this, remember to enjoy your movie.